Can anyone imagine what Hong Kong will be like after 30 years? Will it remain as a busy city like now, or will it be a city with little development? Well, according to the Hong Kong University research, Hong Kong financial system will collapse due to the demographic aging, which means the shift in the age distribution of a population toward the older age, because there won't be enough working population supporting the financial system. In other words, after 30 years, the park will be crowded with elderly, and Hong Kong will be dragged down because only 25% of the Hong Kong population is working. I am personally concerned about this problem because it relates to us, the next generation. The aging problem will soon lead to an increase of working hours, and we need to work really hard to support the financial system of Hong Kong. Therefore, I believe that it is necessary for us to postpone the retirement age limit and set the maximum retirement age limit to 65 in order for Hong Kong to have enough working population to support Hong Kong financial system and to keep the elderly in touch with the society. Firstly, the aging population will take up 50% of Hong Kong population, and we will not have enough working population. According to research done by the Hong Kong University, in 2033, Hong Kong will not have the labor force to support its financial system. Also, according to an organization named the Hong Kong Labor Force will soon decrease about 10% in the next 20 and 30 years in the result of aging population. Summarizing from the two studies, in Hong Kong, sooner or later, only 25% of Hong Kong population will be working. This indicated that we, the next generation, will have a hard time to support the enormous financial system, and it will very likely to be collapsing and collapse. Secondly, because many companies set the maximum retirement age limit in the age of 55 to 60, many people were forced to retire. This is done to let the next generation to replace the older generation. This system could reduce the problem of younger age and employment. However, will reduce the working population. Also, retirement age is not always good for the elderly. According to the survey made by the Council of Sustainable Development, an elderly employment and manpower stated, retirement life is boring for some of us. Hong Kong companies should demonstrate limited corporate society responsibility. Government should encourage all private companies to help promote volunteering work amongst their older employees. Moreover, another elderly named Mr. Hong Bing Chu said there was not any long-term retirement age protection for our population. As a result, many elders are now living in poverty. What we can conclude from them is retirement age life is not that great because they don't have the opportunity to work, to be in the society, and most of them live in poverty. Most of them want to serve the society, but they can't because the retirement age limit is set in 55 to 60. What can we do? These problems could be solved by implementing this law that postpones the maximum retirement age limit to 65. Firstly, because the law could allow the working population now to retire later, Hong Kong will not be affected by the demographic aging problem and will have enough working population. And we will not need to afford and support the financial system ourselves. We can do it with the generation now. Secondly, the retirement life will be more meaningful for the elderly because they could contribute to the society and would be able to earn a living to get out of poverty. They can enjoy their life and be committed to the society too. Although there are concerns, the elderly enduring in the labor force will impede the advancement of young employees like us. There is also a perception, rightly or wrongly, that a flood of elders workers will reduce young employment opportunity, especially at time of economic rundown. However, the elderly worker, which have more experience in other hand, could teach the younger workers skills and help them. And it could be volunteering work. Then the employer won't need to pay. It will overall help the next generation and help overcome their problem. If the government implement this law, then Hong Kong will remain as busy as now and maintain as the metropolitan in the world. The company will keep operating and Hong Kong will develop in a stable speed. Also, all the population in Hong Kong will be contributing to the society and be part of the society. Elders could work more and help the next generation with their experiences and their advantages. And they could earn a living for themselves too. Then it will be a harmonious society in Hong Kong. But maybe as a high school student, you may ask, what can we do? We are just a high school student. Well, of course, I am a high school student too. And it is really hard for us to do anything in this society. Like, we can't vote or protest. They'll be against the rule. However, we still have some way to communicate with the government. We could write the government letters proposing these ideas and share our thoughts with our district representative. Also, we could apply this idea in the future, maybe, and when we are working, we could tell our boss, maybe you are the boss, these ideas, and we could change the society, and we could improve the society. In conclusion, I strongly believe that proponing our retirement age to the age of 65 could solve the aging population problem and could make the life of elderly better. If we do not postpone the retirement age to the age of 65, Hong Kong financial system will be most likely to collapse, and it will be a harsh time for us, the next generation, to support the humongous financial system. It might further become a global problem. As Hong Kong collapses, the other world will collapse too. Don't you guys want a better future? As a part of the society, it is our responsibility to improve the society and help those in need. It is our decision, and it can affect our lives. Therefore, I hold on the fact that postponing our retirement age to the age of 65 could solve the aging population problem and could make the life of the elderly better and make our life better in the future. In other words, create a better future. Thank you.